Good morning, Chairwoman Maloney and all the distinguished members of the committee. On behalf of ADL, thank you for the opportunity to testify here today and to share our perspective. It's a privilege for me to be here alongside this distinguished panel, but I want to particularly recognize Mr. Shafir and just acknowledge your strength and your courage, which is an inspiration to all of us. I'm feeling particularly moved because I just returned from the World Holocaust Forum in Jerusalem, where more than 45 world leaders recommitted themselves to addressing hate. It was a pleasure to see a bipartisan delegation from Congress there, including Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz. I also want to give a special thank you to you, Chairwoman Maloney, for leading passage of the Never Again Education Act in the House this week. ADL already is working to build upon the 11 states that mandate Holocaust education and genocide education in their public school curriculum. We'll support you as the bill moves to the Senate.
Thank you.
You know, when I was a boy, I could ask my grandfather, who was a refugee from Nazi Germany, what it was like. I could speak to people in my synagogue in Bridgeport, Connecticut, in my community who had survived. But that's no longer the case. As time passes, memory fades. A Pew study released last week indicates that millennials know less about the Holocaust than prior generations. ADL's Global 100 poll determined that only an estimated 54% of the entire world population has even heard about the Holocaust. And others think that it's just not important. A survey that ADL released this morning reported that 19% of American adults say that, quote, Jews still talk too much about the Holocaust. This at a time when hate crimes are up, when violence is up against Jews and other religious minorities and other marginalized communities. From a college football coach in Michigan defending Hitler, to state trooper cadets in Wisconsin snapping Nazi salutes, to queer activists in Chicago getting booted out of a pride march because they carried a flag bearing a Jewish symbol, to visibly identifiable Jews harassed on a subway in Manhattan or assaulted in broad daylight in Brooklyn. Incidents of anti-Semitism are up. ADL's most recent audit of anti-Semitic incidents recorded, as was noted earlier, more than 1,800 anti-Jewish acts in 2018. That's the third highest total we have ever tracked in 40 years. And the hate is getting more violent, not just against Jews, but against all minority groups, from Charlottesville to Pittsburgh, from Poway to El Paso, from Jersey City to Muncie. Extremists feel emboldened in this environment to act out their hate. Now, what might surprise you as it relates to anti-Semitism is this increase of incidents is happening against a backdrop of steady, low levels of anti-Semitic attitudes among the general population. So why is that? First, we have leading voices in our nation who are normalizing anti-Semitism, who are making hate routine. They are using anti-Semitic tropes about globalists controlling government, about bankers trying to destroy our borders, accusing Jews of having dual loyalty or disloyalty, attacking the Jewish state with the same myths they use to demonize the Jewish people. And all of this destigmatizes anti-Semitism. All of this renders intolerance routine. Second, the internet and social media and online game environments are spawning and spreading hate, particularly Holocaust denialism, the original fake news. With nearly 2.5 billion members, Facebook is the largest and most established of these offenders. Its policies still don't classify Holocaust denial as hate speech. YouTube has made some progress, but not nearly enough. But just as these market leaders have used ingenuity and innovation to reinvent media and build billion-dollar brands, they now need to apply those same capabilities to remove hate from their platforms and build stronger, better societies. Let me conclude with some key recommendations. Number one, leaders must speak out against hate at every opportunity. Number two, social media platforms must act more responsibly and ban Holocaust denial for what it is, unacceptable. Number three, the Never Again Education Act must become law. Number four, Congress should pass the No Hate Act of 2019 to spark improved local and state hate crime training and prevention. Number five, Congress should fully fund the Nonprofit Security and Grant Program to protect all at-risk nonprofits and specifically faith-based institutions. And finally, we would implore Congress to pass the Domestic Terrorism Prevention Act to ensure that the federal government is appropriately allocating resources to the threat of white supremacy and radical extremism today. I applaud the leadership of this committee. Ms. Chairwoman, thank you for the opportunity to be here, and I look forward to your questions.